This video is going to be about 5 things. One is going to be how to engage your core. So I'm going to show you a little exercise called a pelvic clock, which helps to connect the mind with the muscle that you're trying to work. Next, I'm going to put that into 4 of the main big lifts. There's 7 in total, but we're going to look at the 4 big lifts. So some squatting, hinging, deadlifts, pressing, overhead press, and then a chest press as well. So join me on the floor. My trusty assistant is going to come around to the side. He's a handsome man. You don't know him. So you're going to come around to the side, and hopefully I'm not screaming at you lot. I'm just trying to talk as calmly as possible because this mic is quite sensitive. So I'm laying nice and comfortable on the ground. My feet are together, flat on the floor, knees are bent. We're focusing on the pelvis when we're going through a pelvic clock. If you know this move already, bear with me while I explain it for those who don't. You're going to roll the pelvis forwards. You feel your belly button pressed down into the ground and your back flattening on the floor. Roll the pelvis backwards. You feel a slight arch in your lower spine, so now I can get my hand underneath my back. Continue to roll forwards and backwards. So roll that flat spine, rolling that arch. So you're just focusing on this small movement here. If I move my hands out the way, you can see exactly what's going on. So as you roll that flat spine, pressed into the ground, feel that slight engagement through your core. That's what you're working for. That's what you're looking for. So once you're comfortable with this small movement, place your thumbs on your navel, fingertips on your pubic bone. So you create this diamond shape over your tummy. Now your fingers are now right on top of your abs. So I want you to pull your abs down into your spine. Such a slight movement, you might not be able to see it on the camera, but you should feel your core engagement intensify. Next, rib cage, pull down towards your belly button. So this in Pilates is called scooping. So now we're scooping our belly button, core's fully engaged. I can feel my back and lower spine pressing into the mat. So this is your pelvic clock going into scooping. I'm going to show you why this is important for anything like deadlifts, benching, so on and so forth. So same movement, you're going to do it standing. Sounds simple, but not everyone gets it. So from here, I have my feet hip width apart. I'm going to go for a hinge first, so a deadlift. So I'm going to roll my pelvis forwards. You should see my belly button pull in, and I've scooped my core, scooped my belly button. So my abs are now nice and tight. My rib cage has dropped down towards my belly button. So from here, deadlifting, you're hinging at the hips, leaning forwards. All this time my spine is nice and straight, and I can come forwards, slight bend in my knees. If I'm going for a box or a barbell or any item on the floor, I can pick up that box using my legs and not my lower back, because my core is engaged and my lower back is nice and, what word am I looking for? Brain fart. I'm looking for stability through the spine and bracing of the core and lower back. A lot of the injuries that you might sustain for lower back tightness or stiffness doesn't even come when you're in the gym training. It's probably when you're picking up something daft off the floor, like a pen or a spoon, and you're not guarded. So this type of pickup and then twisting even makes it even worse. So knowing how to engage your core for long periods of time or extended periods of time can reduce the risk of lower back injury and pain. Moving on to the next exercise, we'll look at something like pressing, because everyone does a press up in some variation, shape or form. So if I get down on the ground, get myself ready for a press position. So this is a tabletop position. Most of us will want to try a press up through here. Now what I see is some variation of press ups here. There's no real core engagement. Some people don't even consider the core to be a part of it. However, rolling the pelvis forwards, you can already see my spine's flattened. I scoop my core in. I got a nice straight line through my shoulders, hips and knees and ankles. And I try to keep my hips a little bit higher than my ankles and shoulders, so I can get good core engagement. And as I come down and press, I'm nice and solid through the center. Even if I drop to my knees or in a box position, keeping the core nice and tight the whole way through ensures that the muscles, the primary muscles, chest and arms that are meant to be doing the work are doing the work. The back is nice and secured, so there's no risk of injury through my lower spine, and I can focus on doing the exercise safely in a comfortable manner. So that's how you can engage your core and implement it into your deadlifting or hinging, as well as your pressing. Bench press is a little bit different. I'll go into that in a different video. However, moving on to our next exercise, the squat. Infamous squat. Everyone uses it for legs, booty, careful of the ropes behind you. Don't want you tripping. Legs, injury, right? Yeah, when you're not guarded. Remember that. I saved your life. So, squatting. Sometimes you get this when you're squatting. Core engagement again helps when you've got a barbell on the back of on your back, or kettlebell in between your legs, or dumbbell over your shoulders for squatting. Some people will tend to feel it in their back along with their legs, probably your back more so. So same process again, roll the pelvis forward, scoop up your core. You have your normal setup, so feet just outside shoulder width apart, slightly turned out, or whatever variation works for you. Keep the chest up, push the bum back, squat down. You might not be able to get as deep as me, but this is besides the point. What we're looking at is alignment of your spine and stability. So when you're doing your squat and you come down and up, no matter what variation of a squat you're doing, front squat, Zercher squat, back squat, safety bar, your spine is nice and straight, your core's engaged, your lower back is protected. So these are things that you can, one, do straight away in terms of the pelvic clock, engaging the core. Even just that move that I showed you at the beginning, early in the morning, just as you wake up, 10 repetitions will make a massive difference to your lower back health. One, it's going to help to articulate your lower spine, warm it up, because I get quite a stiff back in the morning. So it's a movement I do even before I walk out of my bedroom. So try that for 60 seconds every morning. See how your lower back feels. You'll notice a vast improvement over a period of time, both in the gym and at home. I think that concludes this video. Jake, anything else you want to add?
Nothing else to add. That was very good. Educated.
I'll catch you all later. Peace.